Hi there. It's that time of day when you can hear the birds all chatting to themselves about how their day has been. I hope you can hear that in the distance. Probably hear a little bit of traffic, but not too much. And this morning I woke up and I was feeling a little bit tired. Oops. Oh, sugar. And it's not like me to feel like that because I've actually got really quite high energy. I mean, it's not always been high. When I was unwell, it was pretty low. If you eat the right diet, it's going to help it to be high, especially if you're vegan. That will really change your energy. But this morning it was a little bit flat. Now I've been studying a lot. I was up studying last night on one of my courses that I'm doing, and I probably put a bit too much time into it, not enough time for me to do my other things like reading and relax. So today I spent extra time being outside. In fact, most of today I've been outside in nature. I haven't got much work done. There's loads of things I need to do, but I felt that I needed to be outside and connect with myself because obviously my energy has been a bit drained somewhere and I have not realized where it's come from. So this is one of the things I wanted to talk about, is that we have obviously a body, and our body can lose energy. We can lose energy, and we can lose energy because sometimes when we're speaking with somebody and they are draining our energy and we're not realizing it because we're not that present when we're speaking to them, it can come out from different areas of our body. Now, the more present we become, the more we start to identify where that energy is being drained from. Ideally, you shouldn't be drained at all when you speak to somebody. You should be so neutral and so present that you can have a conversation with anyone and still maintain your energy. But whilst you get that balance, it's good to become so aware that you start to realize where it's coming from so you can correct it, because usually when there's something happening, it's because there's a trigger, something's triggered in you, and maybe it's something they said and you don't like, and so you need to become so aware that you don't react to triggers anymore, that you're able to rise above it and not be bothered by it. This doesn't mean that you become unable to feel, to understand what is a kind way to do things in life and stuff like that, because kindness, gentleness, these things are important, compassion. But it's about not being triggered so that you are at a position to help more people and help more animals. The other thing that I like to do is, whilst I also help people to recognize where they're losing energy from their own energetic system, I also do this with their animals, but mainly with their dogs. So if a dog has got some sort of form of issues going on in their body, I can help the person to identify why that might be, and to help them to see how they can unblock those energies. Now, energy is never still. It's always moving. Energy is always moving, but you can get blocks. We can all get blocks. That doesn't mean that the energy is just like stuck there and nothing's happening with it. What's happening is it changes its form and it starts to do something else. And when it changes its form, then you have to think, well, what's it changing its form into? So these are just a few things I wanted to talk about today. Energy, and what you must do in order to help keep your energy high. If you're feeling a little bit flat, something's not quite right, you need to raise your vibration, take yourself out into nature. It's the most easiest way to get it uplifted again. Meditate, but definitely get yourself out into nature. Go barefoot, take your shoes and socks off, walk on the grass, on the muddy soil, go for a swim in the ocean, do some Tai Chi, do some Qigong. These things will set you free. And if you have a dog, of course, walking your dog out in nature will also make you feel great. And don't be afraid of people that you think are energy vampires, because if you're putting any sort of form of fear or any labeling on it, you'll just make it worse. You don't want to have to feel like you need to overcome them, or like, you know, you kind of just want to relax into it, relax into understanding why it's all happening, so that you can get greater clarity on the situation and that you can rise above it, but in a way that is graceful, is natural, not like I must overcome this. Because when you are overcoming something, there's usually some sort of how do I call the word? There's some resistance there. And to be successful when you're working with energy, you don't really want to have any resistance. You want to be working in the flow of things.